Hey fam, how's it going? I really think this is going to be one of the quicker ones. We'll see how that goes. I'm definitely not known for being short-winded, that's for sure. But I want to talk to you guys about what I'll refer to as alternative narratives. We all know, this last couple of years has been absolutely phenomenal for exposing the mainstream narrative for what it is. Often misleading, often manipulative, often just straight up incorrect, inaccurate, untruthful. So it ranges from inaccurate, we'll call it inaccurate, like not intentionally misleading, to downright manipulative, deceitful, trying to get you to believe something or do something that is not necessarily in the or your best interest. And what I want to kind of just have this discussion, many of you are already here, but just kind of want to, maybe someone hasn't looked at it this way, but in the 60s, post John F. Kennedy's assassination, and I believe it was the Warren Commission report was put out, and the CIA actually coined the term conspiracy theorist to describe anyone who did not agree with the official report of JFK's death. And we have used that, that term has come into sort of popular culture to mean a lot of things, maybe to different people. I would generally say, and I think maybe you would agree, that it has a negative connotation. Conspiracy theorists are thought of as paranoid people. A number of things, negative, anti-government or anti-establishment or whatever, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it absolutely means all that things, but there's definitely connotations in the sort of mainstream popular culture that are not positive for that term, right? And it was never a positive term. It was not meant to be. Now, many people have self-identified as, yes, I'm a conspiracy theorist. And I think that's maybe sorry, I got a visitor here. This princess, chill out. Many people have self-identified as a conspiracy theorist because maybe there's no better way to describe what you're trying to say. Seriously? You're just going to rub up on the only chain hanging here? Goodness gracious. Hey, princess. Goodness gracious. So, many people have identified themselves as that, for lack of a better term, I would say. And what I just kind of want to put out there is these are not conspiracy theories when someone says something dissenting or that goes against the mainstream narrative. And I did not coin the term, but the alternative narrative is a great term for us to incorporate into our speak, into our vocabulary, and into the popular culture. Because when, we really need to embrace, those of us who are going to, at least, we really need to embrace that there is more to the story, we've already established that, than maybe the mainstream news media is telling us. And it is not a conspiracy theory to say that the truth is actually more like this, or that the actual story is this, or the truth is this. That is not a conspiracy theory every time we disagree or dissent with the mainstream narrative. So rather than use the term conspiracy theory or conspiracy theorists, I would pose to everyone that what we are talking about is not conspiracy theory every time. I get it. Maybe in some cases it is an accurate term, because there are conspiracies. That is a thing. It does happen. But that alternative narratives, and we saw this just over and over again through how bad things were or weren't in certain places, to whether a disease was killing people or the care was killing people. I would say the CDC protocol, maybe, whether the particular treatment that became mandatory, whether it was effective. When we're trying to bring people around and open their eyes in the midst of these things, it helps to use the correct language, or the best language, to give them a place to move to. Because if we use the trigger words that make them go, oh, you're one of those people, I've been warned by my handlers about you, you're a crazy conspiracy theorist. Where if you say, hey, this isn't one of those things, this is just, there's the mainstream narrative, and sometimes they're inaccurate or misleading or misdirecting us. And I think more and more people are aware of that, and we can use that to our advantage of just pointing out, like, as we've all kind of seen in these past couple years, like, oftentimes the mainstream narrative is misleading or misdirecting or, whatever. And there are alternative narratives that really seem to fit much better. And I can, show you some sources that, while you won't find them in the mainstream, are actually quite likely the most accurate analysis of what is going on, or, fill in XYZ. So a simple concept, but what we're talking about these days is not conspiracy theories. What we're, it is an information war, right? In so many ways. And we need to open people's eyes and minds to alternative narratives. So that's just a little quick one, but maybe something to mull over and put to use. But appreciate you guys, and we'll be back soon.